Okay, so beginning our day, and of course we just recently got back from England, and this morning I got a photograph. It was taken, because I was there for 2 weeks, but there was the last 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that were the gathering specifically for Pasanno, and there's a group photo, and it's incredibly impressive. You got 120 monks, 20 nuns, and it was. But those were all people who were staying at Amaravati. Sunday was when the visiting monks from other places, like the other Thai monks from around England, coming to pay respects. Yeah. So that was a major impact. But one of the, in terms of reflection, what I was very impressed with was the kind of spirit of, there was a lot of joy and a lot of warm-hearted welcoming of people, and that sense of because obviously an event that size, everybody had to be helping, and there's a variety of ways to do one's chores, and you can do it with mindfulness and a sense of generosity and compassionate caring for all the people around you, or you can be miserable and seethe with resentment. So it's, or you can just be completely spaced out and hope that it's over sometime. But that's obviously what I'm saying is that to be really conscious of the how we go about our chores, our duties, and to really make it a practice that one is working with the mind. One is changing the mind as you are engaged in activity, as opposed to waiting for conditions to be perfect so that your mind will finally change. Those are very different ways of going about, and you learn so much more when you're really paying attention to how to bring about really wholesome states of mind with whatever one's doing. And it was also quite interesting as it got towards the sort of the celebrations for Ajahn Sumedho. Then there were more talks. It was like talks and reflections, because numbers were starting to build up. Then they're having a reflection before the meal, reflection in the evening, and I guess it started on the one crop, and it was quite moving how heartfelt the different reflections were over those days, and I imagine that Amaravati will be slowly putting those up on their website or onto YouTube, but it's worth definitely checking it out. But it was, to me, one of the things that was interesting was just the themes that kept appearing when people were recollecting Pasanno and thinking of his special qualities. So much of it was around just his an energetic application of heart towards the training and practice, and what comes to mind. So when they first went to London, and Ajahn V was the one who was recounting it, but it came up as a theme at different times as well. but particularly the times in London when it was, they had spent the rains retreat, they'd been told to spend the rains retreat, that's in the summer, and it was still sort of new, and the circumstances were still new, but then it gets into fall and winter, and it's cold and miserable and rainy and no sun, and they're actually not getting along with each other, and the place is pretty small, and everybody is depressed, and Pasanno sort of, we've got to do something. He started doing it and getting people to get up and 2:00 in the morning start doing it, like an hour. I'm not sure if they took cold showers first and then did yoga and like an hour session of yoga with long headstands, and then 2 hour sittings, but we've got people energized, and it's that, because it's so often you put the energy in and the mind changes, rather than when I get my mind together, when I get my practice together, then I'll have energy. You put the energy in, and the mind really changes. So there's that willingness to experiment, willingness to put forth effort, and to not be stuck in especially in dreary, negative states of mind. It's sort of recognizing this is a negative state of mind that I need to do something about, rather than this is a negative state of mind and that person's to blame, and that person's to blame, and that person's to blame. Those are very different mind states, and to be really putting that attention. Also, just the generosity that Pasanno always had, and still manifests in his willingness to instruct and teach, give Dhamma. And a lot of it is for himself. He's also, it's not just him standing up and expounding, sitting up and expounding. It's more, it's part of his reflective process as well. So it's a sharing of reflective investigation. So that, and even now, Ajahn Amaro, he said, because we were talking about next year when I go, he said, well, it's actually, these days you don't have to worry about teaching so much, because Amaravati just does the one public talk a week on the lunar observance day. And he said, Pasanno has been doing it. I haven't needed to do it. It's a lot of, he said, what it is giving encouragement to the community, reflections like this before the work meetings at different times, and giving reflection. But the actual formal talks, there's not so much, because Pasanno is willing to, as long as he's got energy, he's happy to be doing it, and who knows how much longer he's going to be able to do it. He's going to be 90, so I think it's just to reflect on the tremendous kind of good fortune that we have in having these elders who are willing to share the Dhamma with us.